This is the Commodities, Scrap Metal, Recycling, and Economic Report, brought to you by Bentley Roll-Off Trailers and Gondola Trailers, Open-Top Scrap Trailers, December 5th, 2022. This is Brian Sides reporting for Greg Brown, who is out of the country. U.S. weekly raw steel production fell to 1.625 million tons as the global economy continues to slow. WTI crude oil price rose to $79.98 per barrel on China softening COVID restrictions. Also, OPEC is keeping their production cuts despite new European Union Russian oil sanctions. The EU set a $60 per barrel cap on Russian oil, still a nice profit. The U.S. weekly oil rig count was steady at 627 as a very slow trend up continues. There is a huge U.S. oil export opportunity as Russian oil is sanctioned. U.S. weekly crude oil production was steady at 12.1 million barrels per day. A very limited increase in production is keeping supplies tight, so prices high. Scrap steel number one HMS price was steady at $275 per gross ton. Recent low prices are hurting supply. A hot rolled coil price increase could help pay for higher scrap prices. Hot rolled coil steel price rose to $32.97 per hundredweight, $659 per ton. Steel mills announced a $60 per ton price increase to help offset higher labor and energy costs. Copper price rose to $3.85 per pound, near a 4-month high on increased demand. Also, the U.S. Federal Reserve signaled they may slow the rate of interest rate increases, which will increase demand. There is also a record low inventory. Aluminum price rose to $1.15 per pound, $2,545 per metric ton, near a 6-month high as the Chinese look to spur their economy and on tight supplies. China November General Manufacturing Caixin Purchasing Managers Index. It edged up to 49.4, but was the 4th month below 50, which is contraction. This was on COVID shutdowns in many parts of China. U.S. November ISM Manufacturing Purchasing Managers Index fell to 49, the first contraction since May 2020. Prices, lead times, backlogs are all declining. U.S. October Personal Consumption Expenditure Index fell to 6% year over year, the lowest of the year. Goods increased 7.2% and services increased 5.4%. Core PCE, that excludes food and energy, fell to 5%. U.S. Q3 economic growth. GDP grew at 2.9%, revised up from the 2.6% initial reading. Exports grew as imports fell. Oil exports are near record level. Also, consumer spending grew as vehicle sales declined. U.S. November non-farm payroll, new jobs created, added 263,000, which was above forecast. Hospitality and local government grew as retail fell. A classical recession with job losses is not here yet. U.S. November unemployment rate was steady at a low 3.7%. The tight labor market is bringing higher labor inflation. U.S. November labor participation rate, which is people 16 years old or older that are working or looking for work. It fell to 62.1% as people continue to retire, but prime age workers, 25 to 54 years old, is 82.4%, down 0.6% pre-COVID. Wall Street's Dow Jones Industrial Average rose 83 points to 34,430 on the stronger than expected jobs report and higher hourly earnings. Also, on the Federal Reserve saying rate hike increases will slow in December. Greg and his wife were honored to be invited to our great team member Rohan Aher's wedding last week in Nashik, India. We wish Rohan and his wife a long life together. As always, feel free to call or email me with any questions, and we hope all have a safe and profitable week.